Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. Kyle.
Yes, sir.
I was reminiscing the other day about some of the wonderful commercials of my childhood. And let me take you down a little bit of that memory lane. I mean, you can remember things like
Chia, pottery that grows.
Of course. Oh, the jingles of our youth.
The jingles,
embedded in my brain.
Maybe you can remember, like, this one has just been recently updated in a very awkward, weird way.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
It really is the best part of waking up.
It is unless it's your father-in-law that you find in the shower, which is the current commercial.
Oh,
Have
is
you
it?
seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
They went in a totally twisted direction, which I actually have to give them credit. Like, that's pretty brilliant. But you know what might be my favorite jingle?
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off.
The clapper.
Why would the clapper be a part of minute 99?
We're going to find out as we dig into our latest minute here of the Marvel Movie Minute, The Incredible Hulk from 2008. Here we are at minute 99. Wow, we're about to hit triple digits, baby. So let's pick up where we left off. The fire is getting closer to the chopper, where Betty and Ross and I think they're the only ones who survive the crash are inside. So things are not looking good. So then we cut back to our boys fight each other. And so the Abomination is penetrating the Hulk.
Survey said.
Oh, sorry. Bad choice of words. Okay. The Abomination is forcing himself into the Hulk.
Survey said.
No, sorry. Wait, hold on. I can do it again. Hold on. Don't cut me off. I got it. Okay. He's shoving his... Nope, that's not it. Okay. Abomination is pushing his... Nope, can't do it. He's... impaling the no sorry okay, Abomination is jabbing his weird elbow claw into an open wound.
Survey said.
Nailed it.
How much time did you spend on that?
I'm a writer, baby. It just came out naturally. But I gotta say, I'm like, God, how do you talk about this without because it's right there. It's right there.
You can't mess with the Abomination's boner.
You can say that on TV. What are y'all clapping for? You said boner.
I mean,
it's. It's.
I had
It kind of writes itself. I'm just saying. Wait,
I had no idea where you were going to go with this. That is totally not what I was expecting. Wow.
So so obviously we're having some fun with them, but I mean, obviously it
weird,
does.
Though.
It legitimately looks like it hurts.
It hurts, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But then you see Hulk then looks over and he sees that Betty's in trouble and the fire's getting closer, and then basically he activates a power up. I mean, this point it's just all right, well, you're in the boss fight, so don't save your mana potions, hit it now.
He hulks up.
He does. He actually hulks up. We see his eyes go greener. So it's just his power is over 5,000 at this point.
It's like fire in his eyes.
Right?
Yeah, you can see it.
So it really does. So it's so strength boost, and so somebody's tapping A right now. Come on. There's a little bit of weird animation in his face, not as bad as last time, but even in the transition, there's a little bit of what's going on in there. You see I'm gonna do it, and then it kind of gets a little oh. in the middle of it, and then all of a sudden gets full on thing. And then that's a great. He finally does movies oh, you're gonna slam me into some stuff, I'm gonna slam you into some stuff. So he grabs Abomination and then slams his head right into the concrete. It's pretty sweet, and then basically just almost impales him in there. It's just okay,
it's a solid head, cranium on wall.
All right, so that guy's handled. On to the next thing. But then, unfortunately, he's not quite fast enough because Hulk's not known for his speed. So the fire hits the fuel and goes racing up there too, and it's and the fireball explodes, and we're like, "Oh crap! They just killed Betty!" Like, I mean, like it's like, all right, he's done. Like, that's it. Like he's lost her. Ross is dead. I mean, like there's no way out of this. But then the Hulk actually pulls a move we had not seen before. He hits him with the thunderclap. Boom! And fanboys go insane because this is actually a real Hulk move. Like this is straight from the comic books. So I wanted to get into a little bit of like the thunderclap and what it does, but it turns out that another far more educated nerd than I had done the job already. If you go to the YouTubes, and we love the YouTubes, on the Nerdist channel, Because Science with Kyle Hill actually did a whole thing of how loud is the Hulk's thunderclap, and he scientifically breaks it down and goes like point by point about how loud this has to be in order to do what happens here. Now, obviously, it's Marvel movie physics, so things get a little loosey-goosey, but like he's basically saying it's in decibels. So what this is a pressure wave. This isn't actually like, it's not force. It's basically like almost like a mini sonic boom that happens right there. So at 196 decibels, if you play the sound 196, you would die. Basically at 196 decibels, you would just die. Like it's fatal. In order to do what he does here, the Hulk would actually generate 300 decibels. So yes, it would do this. And it would also like liquefy concrete and make everyone in the square block deaf.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So I mean, but obviously there's a lot of things you do. Like, okay, he focused it, he aimed it. Like, there's all these other things. But like to see like to if someone was actually able to do this, he said like it would like incinerate everything in a mile around him. It's so hot that it would instantly create fog. I mean, like it's like just bizarre fun science stuff. So I highly recommend that. So it's Because Science with Kyle Hill. How loud is the Hulk's thunderclap? He does a deep dive. It does the math. He actually shows you the math that does it. It was fascinating. But I can tell you, after it does this and like something, everybody's ears are ringing. And you can see they actually do. They show everyone's covering their head because I mean, like it would have been the loudest sound they had ever heard in their lives, and probably everyone in New York would have heard it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this whole segment. I have an interesting reaction to this because this segment visually is absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Everything from the moment when it cuts.
This is like pure comic book stuff. Like all the crap we've been given this movie. This moment is one of the best Hulk moments in any movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So as soon as it cuts from his face looking back at Betty, you see the spark that ignites the fuel. Yeah, it hits. There is this gorgeous. Where you see the blue, the ignition of how this all works. And it's not, and they could have made it silly and slowed it down. Well, I mean, they did a little bit, but it's not. It only happens for like a second or so. You see the image, the camera pan up, you see the fire just go, it hits the tank, and then boom, it just blows up and it's right in front of Betty. I mean, here's a couple things that are brilliant about this scene is that one, gorgeously filmed, just gorgeously laid out, not just filmed, but gorgeously rendered. I mean, the whole thing that this is done, but it's one of those fake out moments where you're made to think, oh, she's dead. Yeah. That he was too late.
Yeah. There's like what the Hulk versus fire. I mean, what the heck is he going to do?
Well, no, you already know he's too far away. Yeah. He can't get her out. The helicopter just exploded. Right. And when I saw it, I think the first time my thought was that, oh, there's how he beats the Abomination. Because the Abomination's not dead. Yeah, he beats the Abomination because now his anger level just shot out beyond anything. Mm-hmm. And I fully expected he was going to like grow another 3 feet. Like it was going to be some insane thing where he was going to become Super Hulk. And that was it. He was going to destroy the Abomination and then just go off on his run. No, and obviously they don't do that, but what an amazing effect. Now, can you forgive a few of the most ridiculous things? Yes. Well, sure. Can we forgive the idea that none of the flames go inside the helicopter? No. Which doesn't make any sense because
it goes around.
I mean, it's almost like they're in a pressurized area.
That's not how fire works. I saw Backdraft.
You go. We go.
I've seen exactly. But then just as you're feeling like, oh, I don't like that, it cuts to this amazing sequence. The camera is moving. You're seeing the helicopter just in flames, and you're seeing the fire go out on the helicopter. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that was a combination of practical and CG on there.
Oh,
they had like fire actually in the front, and they just turned it off, and then they also had CG fire all over the top that they just then had it go outside. Yeah, it's really impressive fire effects.
No, I mean, even the whole, the clap is, he doesn't look goofy. He doesn't look totally goofy. I mean, it's okay. But I just think the whole way that they handled the helicopter and Betty and Ross, all of it, I was like, wow, that makes up for some of the stuff that I've been bashing on for the last few minutes. And then, so, here she goes. What happens is the fire goes out. She then comes right back out. Of course,
Betty
the helicopter
gives him the thumbs up. You did it.
Way to go. But then also look out because there's something behind
the other guy. Yeah. And then Betty yells out, "Look out!" Because Abomination is back on his weird extra toed feet.
But by the way, when she does this, you're not at all disappointed that she's put her hands on both a gun and a part of the helicopter that the gun's been used extensively for the last few minutes.
Well, and everything there was on fire at one point.
And everything there was on fire, and her hands haven't been burned to a yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
So then you think like, okay, here we go with the punchy again, but no, Abomination brought a knife to a gunfight. He's got a chain. He's got a foreign object. Somebody get the ref.
They're more like ship knucks, nunchucks. I mean, like, what is that? It's just a big chain with like these big, huge metal weights on the end.
Yeah, I guess it is. Because, at the top of most courthouses, they have giant chains.
I don't understand.
Because justice?
Well, okay. And I'm going to tell you something. I looked to see what these things are. I don't know what these things are.
I don't know. It's like, he's got giant chains with these big metal weights on them. Yeah, I like, where did that come from? I can tell you, I actually did find out sort of a little bit, not what they are, but why they're here. So in the original draft of the script, they were supposed to be fighting at a mall. So it's supposed to be Abomination and Hulk fighting at a mall. And so in the course of the fight, with people running all around, as we saw sort of in the 125th Street / Yonge Street in Harlem, that one was going to slam the other one into an escalator, and then they were going to pull a chain out of the escalator and then use that as a weapon.
Wait, what?
Because there's because we all know that escalators run on chains, right?
No. That all sounds amazing.
Yeah, that was going to happen. Budget, baby.
But you said we still need the chain?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's one of those things where this happens every once in a while. I actually found another example of this that I'll show you. That a filmmaker will glom onto an idea and hang on to it no matter how much stuff changes around it. And I'll give you an exact example of this from the comic book universe, even though not the cinematic universe. That's a little film called X-Men: The Last Stand. For those of you who have just gotten over the traumatic flashbacks you got just by hearing those words, there's a scene in X-Men: Last Stand where Magneto is like, well, I can fly and I can pick up stuff and I can fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Golden Gate Bridge and I'm going to take it over to Alcatraz, and then we're going to go over there. And you're going to go, yeah, wait, what? Why? Like, you can fly. Just go there. Like, you can also, like, hey, everybody, step on this piece of metal and do it. Like, get in this jet and I can just levitate you over there. Why the heck does he move the Golden Gate Bridge? Well, here's why. In the original script, there's a whole thing with the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's power is that once he gets moving, he can't stop. So the idea was, I'm going to give him a ramp so that he can slam through the gates of Alcatraz and get to the thing. So I'm going to move the Golden Gate Bridge, give him a nice ramp. He goes running straight to the thing and then smash through the thing. What a great comic book kind of moment. Well, the entire script changed, so that is totally unnecessary. But Brett Ratner's like, yeah, but I like that moving the Golden Gate Bridge thing, so let's just keep that. Okay. So everybody in the film set, you have to go, yes, Mr. Director. Okay. So in the movie, it makes zero sense why they moved that bridge, but they moved that bridge because it was in the script, right? So same thing here. Apparently that was a leftover thing of like, oh yeah, but a chain, that'd be a really good chain. How about we just have a chain on the roof? Okay. there's absolutely no reason for there to be a giant chain on the top of this courthouse in Harlem.
I mean, I was thinking maybe it's like an old elevator. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's the counterweights. Like, but no, that's not
also a better example than what they use. Because what is this
elevator?
thing?
Just use an old elevator or something.
Yeah.
Make that. Like he pulled the cables. Okay, but we have another problem.
Yeah. Oh, another problem.
And we haven't talked about this before, but we have to now because it was made apparent here. So we see the Hulk standing there. He gets knocked out kind of comically, kind of knocked down, right? With this, we have this great zoom in shot, and the zoom in shot clearly lights the lower half of the Abomination's body.
That's right. We find out he's got a bone codpiece.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like to talk. This I know it's gonna be a little uncomfortable conversation for us. So does he have genitals? I mean, like no. Like,
they actually talked about this a little bit in the commentary thing, and apparently it was a debate. Like it really went around of like Hulk wears pants. Why don't I?
Hulk has got genitals.
Yeah, so it came down to character design. No, we like the Abomination not having pants because it makes him look different. It's like so, and that's where we're stopping this conversation because this is a PG-13 movie. Okay.
Well, what?
Because
now the beginning of this episode,
most of the time was not naked. The Abomination in comic books traditionally wore trunks. He wore wrestling, basically the wrestling trunks essentially. Hulk wore pants. Hulk has always worn pants. But then like the Abomination wore, like a Speedo.
And actually, it's funny as it kind of looks like that actually in the scene.
And I think it's sort of kind of designed, to sort of resemble that a little bit. But
yeah, that is totally what it is. But so yeah, we're gonna go on to the next. And what happens?
And the Hulk gets knocked to the ground again. Look, I know that the part of the fight scene is like Rocky gets knocked down, so Rocky can get back up again.
Sure,
I get it. I've watched all the Marvel movies and stuff too, of like Iron Man getting beat down, Captain America getting beat down, and like or even like taking punches when just to prove his point or whatever. All right, I get it. It's all part of the thing, but it's really sort of annoying to me when it happens to Hulk because I don't know if you know this, Rob, but Hulk is the strongest one there is. It's one of his catchphrases. Every time Abomination hits him, he's getting his butt handed to him. Now, I get they're setting up the underdog thing, but like, is Hulk really the underdog in any fight?
Well, yeah, but that train left a long time ago.
I know. I believe me. People are like, God, Kyle, get over it. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm hitting the same points over and over again, but like, these are the concerns that keep coming up every time these minutes happen. Where it's like, here it is again.
This is interesting. I don't know. Well, but okay, so we end the minute though with this really kind of cool shot. We go outside the columns, like of the stuff here. And we see, and actually, I really like this because in the background, you clearly see the Abomination. Mm-hmm. You clearly see the helicopter wreckage. You see the Hulk, and he's pulling more, I guess, these weights where they ended up after he just hit him. Yeah. And they kind of got caught like an extension cord sometimes gets caught around like the back of like an armchair.
You know what? It made me think of Christmas lights.
Christmas lights. There we go.
Yeah.
So he's kind of pulling it. He's pulling the chain. Like, where's my big, heavy anchor weight that I need back till I can smash him again? And then that's it.
Yeah, but it's sort of like, Hulk's going to meet those things real close up. Yeah. But that's where minute 99 comes to an end.
He kind of looks, if you look here at this one part, he still looks like he has a Speedo on. If you look at the back of the upper.
Yeah, that's part of the character design, I guess. But
I probably need to stop talking about that.
So yeah, Rob, the listeners and I are here to have an intervention. You need to stop thinking about the Abomination's crotch.
If you would like to donate any funds to my my program, that'll help me get past this.
I actually know a place where they can do that. They can go to a little place called Patreon. That's right. You can help pay for Rob's therapy over at Patreon. For just even $1 a month, you get access to all of our cool behind the scenes stuff, some private Discord channels. The money helps pay for all the shows we do. Bandwidth is not free, unfortunately, and neither is therapy. So we need your help to help Rob mend from this.
Boy, oh boy.
Because believe me, doing a show like this, it takes a toll.
There's a tiny cost.
So we can be back here. If ever there's a minute you wanted to be here for, it's minute 100. Triple digits, baby. And we'll be back to talk all about whatever those big clanking things are that are going to come swinging at the Hulk's head. So hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.